there was a problem, yo, I'll solve it. Word to your mother.
Cheers.
Cheers, pal. Let's do it.
Welcome to Nashville.
You know what? It's good to come to you for once.
Yeah. Well, I'll be in New York next week, but we're going to have some fun episodes here in Nashville.
I mean, it's nice to be in a little different scenery. We're here at Zany's, the lovely Zany's.
Yeah.
So many memories.
What is your memory when you come to Zany's?
I remember the time I came here.
Yeah. Love it.
Yeah, it was
All
great.
right, man.
So thanks everybody for listening to Two Cool Moms. I'm Joe Gatto.
When was the last time you were in Nashville?
You're Steve Byrne. You got to tell people your name because then they don't know you.
Oh, sorry. My name's Steve Byrne. I'm one cool mom.
You're half of the Two Cool Moms.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I'm one of them.
The numbers check out. You're right. That's exactly
I'm number
right.
2, though.
No.
Here's the number 1 mommy. Drum roll, please.
I don't know. It's debatable because you do have some very good motherly advice, and that's what this is all about here on Two Cool Moms. We get out there and help people with stuff. Feel good moments. That's what it's all about. Here's the thing.
Last time you were in Nashville, though, was it for the festival?
Yeah, I think it was for the festival.
That was it, huh?
Yeah. I don't think I've been. I think I came through here once. We performed once through here. Maybe after that.
Yeah.
I don't really remember, but I always love this city. Here's the thing, though. We were recording this at 3 p.m. And for this mommy, 3 p.m. is coffee and dessert time. So I'm gonna have to be eating a piece of cake and a coffee while this is happening because.
That's right. Oh, you saved it.
It's important. I did. I put it in my backpack.
Oh my God.
We ordered this at lunch today. It's a peanut butter pie from Magooglies. What's the name of the place?
Merides.
Merides. I was close.
Magooglies?
Isn't that not bad? I would name my place Magooglies.
No, it's Merides. Merides is a fantastic bakery in Franklin, and we were in Franklin today scouting a location for this mommy's new comedy special that she's going to film very shortly.
Exciting.
So very excited about that. Again, thank you guys so much for all the questions, the follows, the kind words. By the way, all the nice comments on YouTube.
Did you used to watch comedy with your parents?
Never.
No, really.
I watch like different strokes and like Cheers but not like.
So your
stand-up.
Your parents didn't give you any. Oh, that's funny. They didn't open your eyes to any stand-up special. My dad used to love stand-up specials. Yeah. And the big one that I always remember, and I don't remember any of the jokes from him, but I remember laughing with him, loving it, was Richard Jenny.
Oh, the human platypus.
Yeah, it was so crazy.
Richard Jenny was great.
Yeah, I remember that and he loved him and Tim Allen. The specials like that was during that time. Yeah.
Well, no, now that I think about it, my father would drive us in his pickup truck in New Jersey, and the first comedy album I heard was Billy Crystal's "You Look Marvelous," and it was him on the cover with 3 different characters that he was doing on SNL at the time. I was never awake late enough to watch and know him from SNL, but I knew that album front and back. I knew every nuance, every syllable of it. And years later, when I lived in Los Angeles at Amoeba Record Store, they had a signed copy of that record, and I bought it.
Stole it. Bought it.
And then gave it to my dad.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's nice.
It's the first comedy album I remember, so thank you.
I don't know. Who do you think, are your parents funny? Were they funny? Because you're funny. So and I know that your kids are funny. They show some humor. But do you attribute any of your comedy to your parents? Like my mom was batshit crazy, and my dad was like a very funny, dry sense of humor. And I think I'm the perfect match of both of those. Between my parents. Like my mom would just like be absolutely insane and have fun and not care what people think and just live her life. And I have that. But my dad,
she's a big part of your act. Yeah. Towards the end.
Yeah, she is.
Fun.
And then my dad was just knew the volume to tell a joke where only the people he wanted to hear it would hear it. Right. And then everybody look at you while you're laughing. He'd be like one of those guys like, yeah, what are you laughing about? Like one of those, you know?
So he would knew volume
control.
control.
Yeah. Like every time, what do I? I'm getting arrested. Shit. Guys, get down. All right, we'll see you later. But tune in next week.
Comedy. Classic. Oh, Steve.
We did my father was dying of pancreatic cancer. Yeah. And he was at a comedy show. He was visiting my grandparents down in Florida. So it was him with my aunts and uncles. All right. So it was like all the in-laws together, the 8 of them. So he just had gotten diagnosed with there's something seriously wrong with you. And they went to this comedy show. He's like, let's go to this comedy show. Anyway, so he goes and it was this they lived in like one of those retirement communities. Sure. So at the main hall, there was a guy and he was like working the crowd. Like, hey, so where are you from? How you doing? So he goes to my father, he goes, hey, how are you? And my father, like just loud enough so he could hear him, goes, well, my balls hurt and I just found out I have cancer. And the guy was like, okay, hey. And my the whole table that my dad was at, dying laughing. Everybody was hysterical laughing at it. And I think that dark humor and that embracing it is really where I think it's hereditary, a lot of it.
So they never got a chance, though.
My mom was around for season 1 premiere of the show, and season 2 premiere. No, she came to the premiere. I remember my mother was like a peacock. Like she couldn't wait to tell anybody that said, "Excuse me," and they'd be like, "What? My son? Yes, he's on television." Like she was like one of those. Super proud, really great, and she was always a big part of all of our lives, actually, because the boys and I used to practice at my house for like our improv in our basement, in my basement when I was living with my mother.
The garage band of
exactly
comedy,
right. It was in my basement. We used to go to my basement to perform, and my mom's office was in the basement at this time. This is before I moved up in the world down into the basement. I used to live upstairs in the same house as my mother.
You were the Pete Davidson before Pete Davidson.
Exactly right. Yeah, I was 30s, right? So my mom says, my mom used to come down and pay her bills, like, because her little office was down there, and she would just listen to us do improv and like laugh the whole time, and it was really cool. She was like our mascot. It was really cool. But she did get to see the first season, and we have pictures of her at the in front of the stepper repeat, and it was really cool.
That's incredible.
It's really cool. I really wish that she did, like, if I had a wish, like if she could have seen the movie premiere, I think she would have flipped her lid. Like that would have been insane, because you know how much I love movies and want to direct and write. She was along for that whole journey, so to see that come to fruition, that's one thing I'm like, oh. But I did have my kids at that, which was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and my son fell asleep during the movie on our lap, which was great.
Well, I mean, being from New York, too, I would think that Radio City or MSG has got to be like a bittersweet moment when you're thinking of...
Yeah. More so for me, it's Vegas, because I used to see shows with my parents in Vegas. Like my parents used to take us to Vegas all the time, and we used to go see shows in Vegas. So when we did the special and we were in Vegas, and the first time we took that stage, I was like, oh, that would have been cool. Because like Radio City, we went to see the shows and whatnot, like the Christmas Spectacular and things, but we weren't a big going to Broadway family.
Got it. Yeah.
But playing Vegas, because my parents so much love Vegas and so much into entertainment, and seeing all the comics they love there, it would have been really cool to have them see that. But I was a little late in my career. I was a little late of a bloomer for that. About 16 years. You went in the
basement in your 20s, you would have accelerated this a bit. But
only could blame yourself, I guess.
But it's amazing, obviously, that you got two folks upstairs looking down, and they got to be beaming.
Yeah, for sure. I think about that all the time. What do you want to be around for to see your kids do?
I want to see it all.
You're not going to.
I want to be around.
I'm sorry. Do you not know how it works? Because I've seen you, and you're over it. Like you're past the middle point.
Yeah, we got a quarter tank left in this.
You give yourselves, maybe 5/8.
I like to have fun.
I know you do. You have a great time, and that's what we love about you. But clock's ticking, and I just wanted to let you know. I want to set expectations correctly, because like grandkids, I don't know if you're going to see that.
And thanks to Joe, we want to thank our sponsors for Write Your Will. WriteYourWill.com is
Caskets Unlimited. Thanks, sir. No, you might see grandkids. Yeah,
I'd love to see grandkids. I want to see it all. I mean, really, I think once I had my kids, it's like that's what it's all about for me. That's why I moved to Nashville, to give them a good upbringing, and just everything centers around them. So I would love to see as much as I can. And I'd love to be around as much as I can. I think that my wife has just instilled a good moral compass in both these kids, and I hope to. I'd love to see them. I'd love to see what they do for a living, like what they become. And there's this great song on an album called "The Concert Sinatra." And the last song is him as an expecting father. It's a 10-minute long song, and he's sitting there daydreaming about what his son's going to be. Oh. And is my son going to be this? He's going to be this. Maybe he'll be president one day. And then he has an epiphany. He goes, wait a second. What if he is a she? Then the whole demeanor of the song changes. It becomes fanciful, and he's talking about his beautiful daughter, and he's daydreaming about who his daughter will be and how he's got to protect her and find a good man to protect her as well.
That's great.
Let me look it up real quick. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I like to think about like what you'll be able to see and what you want to be there for. Like I want to be there through like college, so they could, because you make some big decisions at that time. So I'd love to be around to do that. I mean, at this point, I'm hoping to make it to kindergarten graduation, which is June.
Oh, here we go. It's called Soliloquy. Soliloquy, and it's called The Concert Sinatra.
Okay, that's the thing is The Concert Sinatra, and then
The Concert Sinatra. Soliloquy? It's called Soliloquy.
I gotta listen to it.
And it's absolutely A beautiful song, I think, to anybody who's expecting or is a parent, because you do have that wonderment, right?
Yeah, of course.
Like, what
will they be?
What are we looking at here?
Yeah.
Don't be a dipshit. Don't watch the line.
How much are they gonna suck or be cool? You don't know. It could go because you know. To be honest, 50% of the kids in the world grow up to be assholes because 50% of adults are assholes. So they came from somewhere, right? So if we look at the numbers, me and you and me, right? We both got 2 kids. One of our kids is going to be an asshole. One of our kids is an asshole.
That's right. Yeah. Well, shall we get started, my friend?
Yeah. I mean, let's dive in. I mean, let's get out there and give some motherly advice to our friends here.
Well, I think this segues brilliantly into our first question. This is coming to us from William.
Could we first, before we do, William, could we give a shout out to all our wonderful fans that have been giving us such good content? Thank you so much for these.
Thank you, guys.
This is great for everybody who listens and writes in. We get some really, really great questions and things. So thank you so much.
Some of the questions are excessively like make me laugh, but it's like, we can't do that on the
yes,
on
yeah,
the
a lot of them we just talk about it and we don't film them.
So we do appreciate those just as much, but there's some that we can talk about. Okay, so this is coming to us from William, and again, thanks to all the listeners. I like how this starts.
Okay, great.
Mama Joe and Mama Steve. William here, and I'm needing advice on my almost 5-year-old son. How do I get him to stop taking off all his clothes when he goes poop? He will be starting kindergarten this year, and we need him to break this habit now. Side note, while we usually are the ones to wipe him after poop, he will sometimes try to clean himself by sticking his butt under the bathroom sink. Well, he's smart. That's good. He's smart. But that is an actual
problem
dilemma.
solver. He's making a bidet out of the sink, and you can't trust him. I mean, he's European. He's got high tastes. He's got high tastes. What are you going to do? Here's the thing for you. I will tell these people.
He has a sparkling water instead of a juice box, right?
He's like a Perrier squeeze bottle. Capri Sun is his
girls.
Would anyone
Fresh
like
plum?
Anyone like a goldfish? It's like Stewie. He's like Stewie.
That is a real situation, though.
That is tough.
If your kid's dropping clothes to go take a dump, and he can't wipe, your kid's got to wipe before he goes to kindergarten.
I think the big thing with kids all the time is you have to make it feel like it's their idea. I think you solve 95% of your problems if you make them believe it's their idea. They feel like they're in control of it, like whatnot. But I will say this. If I am coming back from a long day and I'm going into especially my hotel room, and I know I have to do a number 2, I will strip down and do it naked. Yeah. And then hop in the shower right after. I don't like the constraints. I like to be able to spread my legs as much as I have to. I don't like the constraints around the ankles. Do you have this when your legs fall asleep because you sit there too long?
Well,
that's fatter than you. Do you lean? I lean and my legs fall asleep. That's neither here nor there. What I'm really saying is, I think the advice part of it is
Blumpkins, guys. Let's talk about a Blumpkin.
I'm saying what the part that doesn't really matter is I still do it as an adult. Yeah. So I can't blame your kid for it. I will say a good way to help solve any issue.
In private, you're doing that.
Debatable.
That is debatable, by the way.
You've seen me.
No,
don't.
Okay.
So funny.
Loose lips, Stevie.
Yeah,
loose lips.
Yeah, some things have to stay, within the podcast.
Stay cool, mommy.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I think the real advice there though is I find it always so helpful to make any problem you're trying to solve with your kid the solution that you want to be their idea. Because kids are smart and they want to feel empowered and feel like it's their things. Like Milana was talking to me not too long ago about how something wasn't fair because she didn't get to decide for herself, and she's 6 years old, and I was like, she's thinking that already,
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you about kids feeling ownership over behavior. Yeah. Because it'll dictate so much, especially that first year going into kindergarten. It's just like you're a parent, you're pulling a pin on a grenade and rolling it into a school going, good luck, everybody.
Yeah.
Because
this is your kid now.
He is quite a piece of work at home. But that's the good thing about kindergarten is that they're learning pretty quick the social norms. Yeah. Right? And I think that William's kid is going to learn pretty quickly. You don't he's just taking off his clothes.
But he's still it'd be best if
taking it down. It's like, oh, you guys don't do this either. I was like, no, we don't.
Come down the path with me, though. Come down this path with me just for a moment.
Hold my hand. Okay.
Come down this path. Walk through this.
Let me get my Skechers on. And walk me through it.
If we don't stretch out, I don't want you to pull a hammy.
Yeah. Okay.
What if William and I, all of us, we don't teach the kid any different, and we just send him to school the first day and see what happens? Could you imagine the shock and awe of that kindergarten teacher when he's like, I got to go poop. She's like, okay. And she turns around, and it's just a naked kid with all his clothes.
And he's holding toilet paper.
He's like, I'm ready to go.
You do this, right?
Yeah.
No, not your. No.
Oh,
that's a great parent-teacher conference.
Oh my goodness. Hey, he's great at reading, great at math. The poop situation needs a little work. Yeah, I think that would be my advice in that scenario, I think.
Yeah. I've been fortunate. By the way, my son, when he's wiping his ass, it's like I don't even think he knows what it is. It's like he kind of wipes and then like
brushes his elbow. It's like, I'm
getting
done.
him in the bath or shower that night, and I take down his pants. I'm like, dude, do you
you missed the
do you know what wiping is? Like, you don't wipe your butt. Like, maybe he's just wiping a cheek.
I think he's wiping a cheek.
Like, you got to go
because that's the kids. The cheek is the hole. They don't know the difference. They don't. That's your butt, right? You got to wipe your butt when you're done. You don't say you got to wipe your hole. That's a totally different bedtime story. And we found the title of the episode.
There we go. That's a whole bedtime story. Okay, well, you heard it from Joe. I think you know what to do.
Do you agree, though? Have you had success in making your kids think that's their idea with things?
I think my wife goes by that.
Got it.
I'm like I got the football, and they say hike, and I hike it to my wife. I'm like I'm.
So you don't do any parenting.
I do as
little because you want to go well. I know what you mean. Your intentions are good.
Yeah.
Yes,
I'm
not saying
like,
you're a bad parent. I'm just saying you rather it go well, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
When it comes to like hardcore, real issues, things, it's like, all right, mom's got this, right? When it comes to me, it's like they know it's time to have fun. They know it's cool, Dad. They know if they want a yes, they come to me.
Oh.
So they know that. But lately, I've been tempering it because Jess is like, I already said no. You can't say yes because now you're betraying.
Yeah, you got a
and
unified front. It's big.
Can't do that. So it's like, okay. So I try to look again. It's like all roads lead through my wife.
Sure.
So yeah,
Sure. She's great.
yeah, the best.
I'm telling you.
Yep. Jacob, first off, he says, hi, cool moms. Love your podcast.
Thanks, Jacob.
And wait every week for the next episode. Thank you, Jacob. That's very kind of you. Here's the question. And I think I can absolutely relate to this.
Oh, okay, great.
Because I had a situation with this. I don't like my girlfriend's cooking at all, but she loves making food, and this is great. And she thinks she is real good. And then it just says, help. Jacob, I've been there, my friend. The first time my wife cooked for me, it was in Orlando. She cooked a pasta dish and Texas toast garlic bread. Around midnight, I was in her front yard during a lightning storm throwing up.
Oh, my goodness,
I
really?
had food poisoning. And it happened another time with another dish where...
Wait, Texas toast she poisoned you with?
Yeah, wow. And it was one of the foil ones or whatever. So it's like it wasn't her fault, but it was kind of her fault because she served it to me, and so I just associate with this thing. But I'll never forget being on all fours in like boxer briefs and like a Superman T-shirt, like a wounded animal, at midnight on a Tuesday, like rain coming down. It's like, oh, it can't get worse than this, and it's just like, and then a bat, and it's like, it did just get worse. Man. Everything. It was all hands on deck.
All faucets were open.
She had a yard sale. She didn't even know. So ever since then, it's become this thing. She cooks a lot, and she doesn't enjoy cooking, but she'll do it. And so obviously, we're married. We got kids, so I have to eat it. But I do think that there are dishes she excels at, and there's others that I think it's different when you're living under the same roof, right? And it's just like, all right,
the girlfriend cooking you is totally different than a wife cooking for you, because the wife cooking for you is out of necessity to you, especially if you have kids to feed the family, right? If a girlfriend's cooking,
it's just a meal.
If a girlfriend is cooking for you, then it's a totally different vibe. It's like I'm going to cook you dinner, or we could just go out. We don't have to stay home. We don't have to feed other people, or we could order in, or whatever. It seems like there's more leeway.
Yeah.
So if she's cooking for you meals you don't enjoy, first and foremost, you probably should be honest. But you need to do it with kid gloves, I think. I think you need to be like, and what you could do is like, you could gift her, be like, look, your cooking's not good, but I got you a gift certificate for a cooking class. Or here's an online YouTube recipe channel.
You're just out of the gates. Hey, look, your cooking kind of sucks, but here.
Live a life of truths. Try to get in front of it. Because what are you going to do? You're just going to be miserable eating your whole life? You know what? And I think I'm a good dancer. And I'm not, but it's fine. I still enjoy doing it. So I don't think it really matters. I would say, maybe just talk to her about it, or maybe think about ways you could help improve her by getting a recipe book or doing things like that and be like, hey, let's try some new dishes. Let's cook together. Let's take a class together.
Like Home Chef
exactly,
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You could do
Those stupid boxes, Green Chefs and whatever.
Easy, yeah.
They're not stupid. They're great, but they're for people that don't know how to cook, really.
Yeah, and that will never get sponsored by one.
You think they're going to look at me? You think they're going to want anybody wants their product on this body? We have a better chance for Caskets Unlimited.
That's right. Well, I think I agree with you. Honesty is the best policy. Just go, look, I appreciate the effort, A for effort, but try to make it fun. Try to make it fun. Cook with her.
Don't just come to her with a problem, come with a solution. Be like, look, I don't like the way you cook, but there's ways to fix this, or let's have some fun with it, or have we ever thought of trying this, or can we do this, or whatnot? Or if there's something you do like, I think it's always about cooking together. It's not putting on her that she doesn't cook well. I think if you cook with her, it feels like an event, it'll be better for everybody.
Say, look, you're a woman, and I respect you, and so you don't always have to do the cooking. Let the man do the cooking. I'll do the cooking. You just be a woman. Just do the dishes.
And then give her food poisoning.
Yeah. Give her food poisoning and make her do the dishes.
There you go.
But all the best to you, and I think what you said is really smart. Don't come to her with problems. Come to her with a solution. So I think if you're armed with 2 or 3 solves, even better for it.
Yeah, and be honest, because you guys are going to eat together a lot.
Yeah, if things go well.
Right. Yeah. Gonna be a lot of meals you're going to be like dreading. You don't want that.
You're going to be sick of cooking.
Yeah.
Trust us. Okay, this is coming to us from Madison. Me and my best friend were really close for the past 6 years, and then we started drifting away. When she went to new schools, she would constantly look at my location before messaging me and asking where I was, and she would brag about the new car her parents were going to buy her. Also, all the trips she was going on. Even one time, she went through my phone while I was in the bathroom and looked through all my messages to make sure no one else's contact was named best friend. Am I wrong for wanting to end my relationship with her? There's a lot to digest.
There's a lot going on there.
You want me to read it one more time?
Sure.
Me and my best friend, close for 6 years, drifting away when we went to new schools. So I'm assuming they're both in college.
Full stop. Let's start there. When you go to new schools, you make new friends. So you're, as we say, like friendships, like an airport, right?
Yeah.
Right? Some people have left. You're going to have new people arriving. Some people have departed. You're going to have new people walking around the terminal. Mm-hmm. So that you guys drifted is totally normal. Don't make that the reason. That's normal. That's that's what happens in that stage of your life. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. Then they're at new schools. She would constantly look at my location before messaging me.
Flaggy day red. Your table is ready. That's a little
fucking
much.
nuts.
Yeah, it's a little nutty.
Madison, where's the camera? Madison, that's fucking crazy. Okay, that's crazy. Asking where I was, and she would brag about the new car her parents were going to buy her and all the trips she was going on.
Well, that's just a personality trait. She's a little bit of a braggart. She's your friend, though. I mean, that's probably just a personality trait, or comes from maybe a place of insecurity, but that's just part of her. I can't see that being anything besides just a footnote.
Well, this is kind of...
The next part's a little...
Even one time, she went through my phone while I was in the bathroom. First off, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
Looked through my messages to make sure no one else's contact was named best friend.
Okay, so there's a white rabbit being boiled here. You need to chickadee check yourself before you get wrecked, Madison, because it's a little much. All of that.
It sounds like the reboot for the talented Mrs. Ripley.
Yes, that's right.
My God. Madison, here's my advice. Fucking run.
Yeah.
Get on your track shoes, blow the whistle, and get the hell out of Dodge.
I don't disagree. I think this friendship has run its course. It's not gone in a healthy way. If you've tried to talk all these things out, maybe you have. She must have copped to the fact that she looked through her phone, though, right? Because how would she know she was looking for best friend? She had to tell her that.
She had to, yeah. See, like guys in this situation, if this was a girl you're dating, the guys always go, oh, the sex must be great. But if you're friends with somebody, right, there's no, like, real benefit for it. It's not like, what do you think the benefit? This is crazy. If you went through my phone and said, am I your best friend? I'd be like, what?
Well, first of all, you're talking like I haven't done that.
Are we? This is like 8th grade shit.
Yeah, it is. I mean, do we have an age reference or no? We don't have an age. Well, going to college.
They went to best friends for 6 years. They went to new schools.
Yeah.
They got to know each other from high school into college, and now I think they're out of college or at the tail end of college.
Yeah. I think at this point in your life, there's in your life, there's different ebbs and flows of where you're able to define friendships or friendships are defined for you. Once you're out of college, that's all your basket to pick from. Your friends are yours to pick and your decision. You don't go to school with people. People at work could just be people that you work with. They don't have to be work friends as much as college is, because college has a more social aspect than work does. So I think really it seems like you want to stop being friends with her, and that's what she says at the end. So you just have an adult conversation and say,
follow your instincts.
Yeah, and you don't have to break up with friends either. Like people do that too. People put the pressure on themselves to break up with friends. Just stop. You naturally drift. That's the way it's going to go. You don't have to be like, look, I don't want to be friends with you because A, B, and C. Just stop reaching out, stop responding, respond less. Don't be mean about it, and then eventually it'll just go by the wayside.
I always love that Jim Gaffigan bit he did where he was introducing a group of friends from work to his group of friends. And he's like, hey, just so you know, these guys don't know this about me. So
that's true. That's definitely true.
Okay, well, I think these two cool moms say that is not cool. And Madison, you got to move on and do a little more you.
Yes, do you,
okay,
Madison. That's all we're really saying.
That's right. Okay. Hey, cool moms. This is from Gwen.
Hi,
I've
Gwen.
said it on other social media and YouTube, but I really love listening to the podcast. I need to laugh, and you both deliver. That's very kind of you.
Thank you.
Can you help me figure out what I want to be when I grow up? That would be great. Do I have to mention I'm in my 40s? Gwen.
I mean, I'm figuring it out again right now.
Yeah.
I'm 45, Gwen. I mean, these things happen. It's
there's the thing on Benjamin Franklin that just came out, and all the things he's really known for happen in his retirement, in his 50s.
What?
Yeah.
Say what, cool mom?
So he was a paper printer or printer.
Yep.
Up until his 50s, he retired, and then everything that was innovative that he did was in his retirement. So, Gwen, there's no need to think that in your 40s you can't do your next endeavor or whatever it is you want to do. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think. Well, what you want to be when you grow up really is just like, what do you want to do? Nobody can answer that for you, you know. But you're always being able to chase your passion, but of course you got to pay the bills, right? And this is where the classic dilemma we always walk into is passion versus payment, right? Yeah, so that's tough. So I hope that you find something that you enjoy. You're not going to be an astronaut at this point.
No, that's out of there. Let's think of the things she won't be.
You can't be in the military.
Professional athlete, absolutely not.
No, definitely. There's no way.
Bikini Hooters model? Nope.
No. Surrogate mother might be tough. Might be tough. You might have a couple of years. That window's closing, though, so I get knocked up right toot sweet. That's because that window's closing. The garden's drying up a bit.
Here's what you get.
You got to be careful there. What else can you do?
Yeah.
A nun? Can't be a nun?
Can't be a nun. Oh, no.
No.
Can't be a nun.
Because can you not be penetrated? I'm making assumptions.
Excuse me?
Isn't that like a qualification? Don't you have to be? Oh, no, you don't have to be a virgin to be a nun, do you? That's a good Google.
That's a good Google.
I don't know if that is.
What can she be? A Walmart greeter?
Oh,
bigger
than that. She could be a manager there.
Yeah, you could be. Well, I'm just.
No,
I would run it by your cats. Ask your cats what they think you should do in your 40s.
You could open up. What does she have cats? She could be a dog person.
She's in her 40s. She doesn't know what the fuck she's doing. She's got cats. Trust me.
I'm in my 40s. I don't know what I'm doing. I have a dog. So, I mean, that's an assumption you're making, cool mom.
How many dogs do you have?
At the time of this broadcast, I have 20.
What the fuck?
It might be 19, actually. Gelato's in a bad spot. I just got a text.
Wait, you have 20 dogs?
Yeah, it might be in a bad spot, though. We might have 19. Who knows? By the time we get off and I check my phone, it's either 20 or 19. Yeah. You talk, what? You know I have dogs.
Do you own a Petco? Like, who has 20 dogs?
I get a discount.
That is crazy. What do you have?
It's not about me. It's about her. It's about
okay,
her.
sorry. But do you have a dog walker? That's a lot of dogs.
No, right? Most of them are half dead, just hanging out in the beds.
Oh, that's right. You're giving them a place to
blow out the candle. I'm giving them to live their life like a candle in the wind. I'm waiting for that moment. That's where they're all going. They're all to inhale. The name of my house is Waiting to Exhale. That's really what happens there. Yeah.
Well, after this podcast, you might hear a knock on your door open, and she goes, "Hi, I'm Gwen. Can I blow out my candle here?"
Yes, that's it. I just want to blow out my candle.
Gwen, I think if you're in your 40s, you're trying to figure out what you want to be. Again, to your point, what you are isn't dictated necessarily by your profession. It could be a hobby. It could be, I'm a hiker or whatever it could be. So I think whatever it is, find your passion. And go for it, because like Joe was saying, I have a limited time on this earth left.
Yeah, TikTok.
We all do. So, yeah, get to it.
I will also say there is an empowerment to people to be able to find what they want later in life because the abundance of tools and self-education out there, YouTube or online learning or any of that stuff is out there. You can really teach yourself whatever you want. If you like photography, you could teach yourself how to go take good photos. You know what I mean? And there's all these things, online classes and stuff. So there's a lot of that you could do to chase what you want to do. So I wish you the best.
And get immersed in a forum or create your own forum.
100%.
And find like-minded people like that. Like you like week-old socks, right?
1 week old only.
Yeah, 1 week old socks. You started that thing on Craigslist where people send in their used socks.
1 week old socks with the receipt.
Right. And you just
and I just put them on my face. Oh, I told you about that. Oh, speaking of which, you got those socks you told me.
This is what I love about you. Never even bat an eye.
No.
You go, yeah.
I'm
This is what we're doing.
I'm in there.
Okay,
That's it. I'm with you. I'm with you, babe.
I'm in the foxhole. Okay, let's do it. All right, here we go. This is from Natasha or Natasia?
That's Natasia.
Natasia. Okay.
That's a great spelling, Natasia.
Natasia. This is I've never met a Natasia before. Hi, Two Cool Moms. I'm working from home since March 2020 due to the pandemic. I haven't been around more than 5 to 7 people at a time. I'm worried about going to events with large crowds, comedy shows, concerts, etc. Have you two adjusted your interactions with crowds and fans since clubs have opened up again? And any advice for somebody getting comfortable around people again? That's a great question. I don't think she's alone.
She's definitely not alone. That's a question. That's the question of the day for 2 years.
Yeah, but I think as we've gone on, more and more people have gone on with their lives. But I am personally friends with 2 people that are going through exactly what she's going through, and these are people that are in the public eye.
Yeah, who haven't left, right?
Who haven't left, other than work, who haven't left. So for me, the transition was immediate. I got vaxxed, I got boosted, and I got right out there, and I got right to work. And I kind of got on with it. I thought, if I'm going to go, I'm going to go. You know, I might as well just, nobody knew what it was before, but I was like, I'm going to, you know, live my best life and still not be prevented from experiencing things that I wanted to do. So, I just got out there.
I can't answer this from her perspective, but I could talk to it because I was similar to you, but I do when I meet people or I'm seeing people in comedy clubs or crowds or whatnot or during meet and greets where I get to meet my fans, I always take the social cues from them. I never go to shake a hand. I never go to do anything. I stand at a distance and wave, and I let them dictate what they want. If they want to stand next to me, they stand next to me. If they want to hug me hello, say hug me hello. You know, I've protected myself to what I feel is comfortable with. A handshake. I have hand sanitizer there, so I'll you know, after every 5 or 6 person to keep everyone safe, I try to do that.
And open mouth kissing, you're open to that as well, right?
Yeah, I mean, again, I told you, just send me the socks and we'll work it out. But I think the big thing is, like, if you're worried about how people are going to portray, how you're going to be interacting with people in the public, I think just be out there in a non-controversial way about what you're comfortable with, and people will be accepting. Because everybody's dealing with that. Everybody has family members that haven't left their house since March 2020. There's people that have been out right there that live in Florida and have been doing wet T-shirt contests, you know, since April. So I don't know what to tell you. It really is just, as long as you're comfortable and you can portray and let people know your comfort level, you'll be able to live your life out here.
Yeah, I think per her question, it sounds like there's a gumption to get out there. She wants to do things. So dip your toe in the water.
Dip your toe.
You know, go to a, you know, here's the perfect thing. Go to a matinee movie theater. Go see a movie at 1 o'clock.
Or an outdoor event. Or an outdoor, it's getting into the springtime now, right? Go to an outdoor event.
Outdoor event,
that has a
crowd. Where your
Yeah.
distance is. But if you go to a movie matinee, get some popcorn, I guarantee there's no more than 5 to 6 people in that theater.
Depends on the movie, too.
That's right. If it's
Don't do it. We might be getting sponsorships. We don't know. We don't want to badmouth any studios.
I was
going to say
give us a new So this summer, Smell My Socks, starring Joe Gatto. Tyler Perry's Smell My Socks.
Presented by Joe Gatto.
Yeah, but I think everybody sympathizes with you as well.
100%.
Because everybody has been in that situation. Some just moved on a little quicker than others.
Yeah.
And there's still some that are recluse.
Don't let people make you feel bad about it.
Yeah.
That's my main takeaway.
So stay out of Texas. Is our point.
Your point.
Okay, this is an interesting one. This is coming to us from Abby. And I like the way she said this.
Okay. Is it Abby with the EY or straight up IE?
IE.
All right. I like it already.
Hello, Mother Steve and Mother Joe. I have a weird issue. I do too. Don't call me Mother Steve. Mommy Steve and Mommy Joe, but that's okay. So in June of 2021, we sold my childhood home that I lived in with my mom, dad, brother, and sister-in-law. It really took a toll on me because I had lived there since I was 3, and we moved when I was 18. I need advice on how to cope with it. It's been almost a year now, and I still want to go, quote-unquote, home. But it's now someone else's to make memories in. Just a note, I moved in with my mom and her boyfriend since my parents have been divorced since I was 6. My dad moved to Florida. I live in Georgia. And my brother moved in with my sister-in-law. Okay, so
So how do you forget your childhood home?
Lived there from 3 until she was 18. That's 15 years. That's the only home she's ever known.
Okay.
I totally get it. What are your thoughts?
Change is part of life. You're a grown up now. You got to have to deal with these things. You can't go to somebody else's house. You can't be weird unless you know where they leave the key and you want to go visit at night. And that's on you. And that's your decision you want to make. If you want to sneak in a window, if you want to try it, gamble, roll the dice. Hopefully they don't have an alarm system or a Rottweiler, and you'll be fine. We have a friend of ours that is going to check your phone if you're BFFs or not. So this might be from the other person. Let's flip it. Yeah, that's it. Those are the two people that came together.
That is fucking hilarious. You know what that creaky window is.
You know it is. That window that kind of locks. Everybody's got one. I think for me, it's hard because I get that too, because I moved, same exact thing. I had one house I grew up in that it was 18 when I moved out, but the difference is they knocked mine down. So nobody else lived in it, which I kind of like, and it kind of felt nice. But I think you got to get used to change. It's hard to think about it, but it's pretty soon you're going to be moving on with your life, either moving out, going to college, or doing something anyway. So this house that you're in right now probably won't even be much of a home. It's more like a stopover at this point. If you're getting in there at 18,
18, yeah, you're going to be on your way
to something in a little bit.
And you're 18. You have so many great things to look forward to. All your real firsts, your first home happened
there.
Now your first job is around the bend. Yep. Your first real relationship is around the bend. Your first real vacation with your friends is around the bend. You have so many firsts to look forward to.
Nothing's happening in that house.
Nothing's happening in that house. In fact, they should destroy it.
You know what? You should move out of that house and knock that house down too.
Burn it down.
Burn it.
Yeah. You don't
Make sure you tell everybody first, though.
And take out the homeowner's insurance. And the fire clause.
What you're holding on to there is nostalgia.
Yeah.
And you could take those good feelings with you wherever you live. Like, I've had so many homes in my life, but I've always had a feeling of nostalgia to remember like what I liked about like certain parts of the day. Like, for instance, I love just sitting and shutting off the world for like 5 minutes for like my 3 o'clock coffee, like in whatever living room I lived in, and just take a moment to collect myself. And I did that in any home, but that was part of a ritual that happened at home. Right. So I think if you just keep what you love about being at home and you do it in this new place, that house will feel like a home before you know it.
When I say childhood home to you, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
The first thing that comes to my mind is the yard.
Yeah.
Yeah, Harbor Road was the house, and we had the biggest yard in the neighborhood, and all my friends used to come and play. And my parents were so cool that they would just let the kids in the neighborhood stay when it was time to eat dinner.
Wow.
So I would be eating dinner, and this is why I eat so fast.
That's right.
Because I'd be eating dinner, and I'd hear all the kids in the neighborhood still playing tag outside, and I'd be like, shh, done. Can I be excused? And
by the way, this is no joke. What was handed to you? We were somewhere.
The burger. Yeah, the burger.
We were in a green room.
Yeah.
In Tacoma.
Yeah.
You were handed some morsel of food. Was it a burger?
No, it was a cheesecake.
Cheesecake.
Yeah.
I'm not joking.
Yeah.
It was like Kobayashi or Joey Chestnut.
Yeah.
Gone.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like it in my fucking life. And you were
fast?
like a boa.
Are you fast?
And you actually had the cheesecake sitting out the side, a perfect triangle.
I save it for later. I can move it down in my stomach when I'm ready.
That's
enough of this. Move it.
I've never seen anything like it.
That's probably what my biggest memory of Harbor Road is, the yard. Like the playing there. I've had so many good memories in that yard, and being out there, climbing the biggest tree, getting stuck in trees, things like that. Playing with my friends. A lot of it is the yard for me, the feel that had.
But I agree with you what you're saying. I think to the young lady, I would say enjoy the nostalgia. You had great memories. That's what you take with you, and it's all the things you love and appreciate are the things you can never take with you anyways. Right. It'd be nice to visit,
ain't nobody taking that memories.
That's right. You can always go there. It's right here.
Unless you suffer some head trauma. Thanks for listening, guys. That's the truth. Ain't nobody taking that memories unless you suffer some head trauma. Facts.
These are facts. All right. Yeah. Last one. All right, this is from Tara. Okay, we're getting. I think this might be a little bit more on the serious tip. Here we go.
We love serious too. We
Tara, we're here for you. You got 2 cool moms in your corner. Hello, love the show. Out of the gates, this is very strong. I hate my daughter's boyfriend. Ooh. He treats her horribly and uses her for what she buys him. Oh. No matter how many times he's fought or broken up with her, she continues to go back to him. Her and I constantly fight over her relationship because I believe she deserves better. How do I convince her she deserves better, or do I just let her live her life and watch her continue being emotionally hurt by him? Also, she's 19 and they've been together for 2 years. Well, Tara, I'll tell you this out of the gate. She's 19. They've been together for 2 years. It's not going to work out.
Yeah.
Everybody knows a relationship between 18 to about 22. I think
I mean, the numbers don't lie. The statistics, there's a lot of breakups.
The statistics have got to say that there's no way. I used to have a joke about, finding the one, or I married the one. It's like the one is one. There's a multitude of other ones. And I guarantee this guy will be one of the other ones. And you're right. She's going to thank you one day. She's going to appreciate you. She's going to thank you for being such a cool mom, like us. Mm-hmm. And then, and this experience, I think, is actually a good thing because it recalibrates her emotional capacity to understand what she's willing to put up with and what she won't. So because she's going through a rough rut, I think this is, at the end of the day, going to be a good thing for her in the future when she's with somebody that treats her really, really well. She'll go, wow, this is what it's like. And she'll be ready to have a healthy conversation with her mom, hopefully. I don't
even have to be here. That was perfectly surmised by the other cool mom. I will say, I will give some advice to this mom that has written in. Don't be an I told you so, because that's when the damage could be done.
Right.
You need to be there when this thing falls apart and your daughter realizes that she, wasn't, was taken advantage of. And again, these are all your opinion, by the way. Mm-hmm. Your daughter might not be feeling that way. This is just your opinion. She might be seeing a different side of this fellow. There might be different circumstances you're not aware of. So this is her relationship to figure out. That being said, when it's all comes crashing down, like you say it will.
It will.
And when it does, you need to be there to hug your daughter and comfort her. I think it'll be that's a pinnacle of a moment where you can't be like, well, this is what you get. I told you, you can't do that.
You can't do that. Yeah. You just got to be.
Because the flip ski of that is she'll never come to you again.
Ever.
Yep.
But we've all had that I had one, my first, I think it was like my second girlfriend. I was 19 or 20 and she treated me like shit, but I didn't know any better.
Yeah.
And I mean, the world was so small for me. It was like, that's it. Who else is going to, she likes me, but the girl out of all these girls that likes me, so I'm going to stay here. And then I got out of it, and it was...
well, if you're going to have accountability and be honest with yourself, too, I've been that guy. I've been that guy, and I'm not proud of it. And, that's also the phase in life where that kind of stuff has happened, where you're realizing the man you're going to become versus the boy that you were. And I think these years of 18 to 20, 22, 23 is big for the way the male is going to realize how he treats women in a relationship.
The pendulum swings are so wide emotionally when you're that young because you have no idea what you're doing.
Yeah.
No clue.
None.
You don't know what you're...
Especially if you're inexperienced like I was in the younger days. I basically started dating when I was 18. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't have any girl even later, like 19, so it was like...
Yeah.
It'll be there. But I think for the mom there, I think it's important to be there for your daughter. Look, we all want the best for our kids, of course. Try to protect them as best we can, but sometimes they need to make their own mistakes, and you just have to do your best to impart your wisdom and hope they hear you.
Yeah, you got to have the confidence that you're sitting at the poker table, you got a good hand.
Yeah.
Just sit back in the pocket, go, when the deal flips us all over, I know I'm going to have a winning hand. So just relax, be patient. I know it sucks, but
this is why it's so important to be so present in the earlier years for your children.
Yeah.
And that's what I always say, and I think it's really important. I'm learning that now, too, that you really need, especially with daughters and, even sons, the focus of a relationship, how you want them to be in a relationship, you need to start laying that groundwork as soon as so they could reap the benefits of that education when they need it.
Yeah. Totally agreed. That was
nice one.
Really good advice.
I mean, man, sometimes...
You're a real cool mom.
Yeah, you know what? You're a cool mom, too. It's not called One Cool Mom and Steve. It's called Two Cool Moms, okay? So this has been fantastic. Thank you so much for having me in your turf.
Yeah, we're here at Zany's.
I love
this is where we normally do Two Cool Moms, podcast I do if you guys are comedy fans, but I do a podcast here with my producer Taylor and George over there. And what we do is we sit here at Zany's, and you're going to be doing one.
Am I?
Tomorrow.
Maybe.
Yeah, we're filming it, and so we're gonna.
I gotta check my schedule.
We watch stand-up comedy and we break down the clips, and it's a total blast. It's a lot of fun.
What's that called?
Comedy Piñata.
Okay, so you have to say the name of stuff when you're promoting it, Steve. I gotta
thought I
teach you
said
how
it.
to promote. It's called Comedy Piñata, and you can check the link in the bio.
Check the link in the bio.
Or in the description of this episode. We'll put it there.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll put it there. But otherwise, dude, it was great seeing you.
Great seeing you, Mommy.
Love you, buddy.
We're not going anywhere. We're going to film the next one right now. So.
That's right.
These two cool mommies love you, so show us some love.
Please rate us, review us, follow us on all social media, and subscribe to our YouTube.